My name is Rachel Lynn here, and I'm your host of today's CMA podcast. Today we have the lovely Marcia, our special guest. She is the creator and designer of her brand, Closet Slayer, and as well her assistant director, Deshawn. How are you both?
Good.
How are you?
Well, I'm good, thank you. And how was the drive up here? I know you both traveled together to come to the studio today.
Long.
Yeah, long and rough.
Nice. And you guys as well, where are you originally from?
Boston.
I'm originally from Virginia.
Nice. And where do you guys now reside close by?
I'm
each
in
other?
Jersey.
And I just moved to Philadelphia, so.
Ooh, Philadelphia. How is that over there?
It's
Nice
different,
nightlife.
you know. I like it though, you
Yeah.
know. It has like a bravado to the air of it for some reason.
Well, it is nice. It's a nice city vibe, just like New York City.
Yeah.
I would say, right? Awesome.
Eh.
so far. Now, I have to ask Marcia, now what made you think of the name Closet Slayer for your brand?
The name Closet Slayer came from when I would come out, everybody would tell me like, oh, you slayed that outfit or something like that. So when I started doing clothes for certain people, they'd be like, okay, I want this in my closet, I want that. So that's where the name came up from. So if I'm going to make them look good and get their outfit, I'm going to slay them right in their closet.
Nice. I love that name, and I think it's so original, especially the way that you guys create the logo. Now seeing it everywhere, A&E and different places, now that you're doing your runway shows.
Yes, we're definitely really starting to get the name out there because now everything so many different people are reaching out as far as like photographers,
wonderful.
things like that
Awesome.
to work.
Now, what was your inspiration to become a designer?
I've always been like the person that packed too many clothes on vacation or in school. I went to Catholic school, so you had to wear this like boring Catholic schoolgirl outfit every day. So I would always do like little stuff to my uniform and get in trouble, of course. And
That's how it always
they
starts
never
out.
liked that. So they looked for me every day because they knew I'd either have lip gloss on or I would have something on my outfit that wouldn't be there. So it was always like kind of trying to make something better than what it was or make it feel better.
Mm-hmm. But that's wonderful that your originality kind of showed through even younger when you
It got me in
started.
trouble, but it turned out for the best.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's awesome. And how long have you kind of been creating your own designs back in, like you said, back in school? Did
Of
you
course,
start, or-
I was doing it back in grade school, but never like I am now. Like now it's an everyday thing, but even when I wasn't doing this, I was always thinking of different things, or we would even discuss before I started the business, like, well, that outfit should be like this if we were in a store or something like that, always. And people have always come to the both of us when it came to like style advice or something like that.
That's awesome. And did you as well start to like do your own seamstress at around that same time, or did that come after you
We
started
did, but I've
designing?
always been the one to like draw things out and see things in my head. And then honestly, our business got big fast. Well, we went directly to a manufacturer and started getting the pieces done so quickly because as soon as we started, we've only really been in business for a year. We've only been trademarked and
Closet
started for a year.
Closet Slayer just for a
We
year.
just came up on our year
Wow.
anniversary.
And you have done so much within
In the
your
1 year, yes.
That you've been, I mean, it's like you've been a business for like over a
Honestly,
decade,
we're on
I
our
would say.
4th magazine. We're going on our 2nd cover.
Wow.
So it's
That's
grown
amazing.
really, really fast. And I couldn't have asked for anything more because everybody says to me when it comes to anything that shows or anything like, how long have you been doing this? And when I tell them a year, everybody is absolutely amazed.
Yes, as am I. Now, can you tell me a little bit more about your runways? I know you did say that you did how many? Four magazines?
We've done Ohio Fashion Week.
Wow.
We've done Atlantic City.
Philadelphia.
Philadelphia. We're doing New York. This will be our 2nd time in New York. We're going to be doing Atlantic City again, and we're also doing Philly. So we have 3 shows coming up.
Wow. So that must be exciting. Now, are they soon?
Yes, everything is in February, like week
Yes.
after week. So each
Wonderful.
weekend will be a different show.
That's amazing. And of course, now a lot of the designs that we will and the fans will see throughout those shows, are these new pieces?
Each piece,
or?
well, we did the new collection, the Conquer Couture collection that
Yes.
you got to do.
Correct.
But we only showed a couple pieces from that collection. We have like 15 other pieces that'll
so
be,
we'll see a lot of new designs.
everything will debut in New York.
And as well, I am wearing one of Marcia's original pieces from your collection. Now, which collection is this one from?
This is our first collection, Runway, that we did.
Yeah.
Which,
And I love the pieces. This, I have seen these skulls kind of trademarked through that collection, which I absolutely adore.
I love the
I love
skulls for some reason. I just think that it's like sexy with a little bit of like edgy.
Yes.
So
It's funny because when she first came up with the idea, it was one of
He
the
hated
first
it.
ideas
Yes,
that I
yeah.
hated because I was not into it. I was like, this is not the night before Christmas. Like, no, we shouldn't do this.
He
And
hated
it's
it.
funny because it's become kind of a thing now that certain things I'll say no to, and I've gotten to the point now where I'm just like, you know what? I'm
just because he'll always tell me no, and then I'll be like, just wait till you see it.
Yeah.
Yes.
and then once I
then-
saw it, I was like, okay, I truly see like what
and then
you
I
were
could
going
say,
for.
I was right.
And I think it's really nice, and you get a lot of great feedback from it. Oh, everybody kind of sees that as one of your trademarks. We don't really see a lot of designers, working with these, the pieces of the skulls too much.
Right, the skulls
So I
are
love that,
sexy.
and it
Just
is
like,
sexy.
that jumpsuit was
Mhm.
like, that was, I think, one of the most photographed pieces when we did Fashion Hub. Like,
Yes.
so many photographers took pictures of that piece and asked to shoot it like on their own and to put it in the
Wow.
Manhattan showroom.
That's amazing.
Yes.
That's great. A lot of great feedback. Now, as well, do you sew these pieces together yourself?
As far as right now, sewing
No.
is too much because I'm
It's not.
too busy doing this. Like, of course, like,
But in the beginning, did you?
in the beginning we did a
Okay.
little bit, but it's just, it got so crazy so fast, honestly.
Well, 1 year.
Because it was like,
Yeah.
let's do this. Then we got offered, like, as soon as we finished the Atlantic City Fashion Week, it was like, okay, we had so many people ordering stuff. Then it was like Ohio asked us to come out to Cleveland, like, out of nowhere.
Wow.
So we didn't
Yeah.
even
Great
know anything
opportunity.
about Cleveland. I've never been to Cleveland
We
before.
didn't. We
How was
honestly didn't know that
Cleveland?
much
Cleveland
about
was
the
good. It was
fashion
fun.
shows, and then we just kind of
No,
like.
Atlantic City was definitely an eye opener for us. I learned a lot quickly because you have to deal with problems. Like, you have to deal with, like, anything can happen.
Correct.
Somebody can't show up, somebody's too thin for this, somebody's too big for this, something like that. So you really have to learn to be on your toes when it comes to runway shows.
So was that the first kind of experience that you got to like bigger, kind of like a stepping stone to bigger
It
doorways
definitely
through the
was.
fashion
And we
industry?
had, like,
It was.
every problem happen to us at the first show.
Our
Like-
our first show was like very chaotic, and I will say it is an experience that you remember for the rest of your
That
life.
is true.
But you
Now
pulled it
everything is
off.
like,
I know you're
Yeah.
saying that now.
we definitely
but
pulled it off, but
In
it
retrospect,
was
when you look back, you're like, wow, you really did accomplish.
behind the scenes. It was
that's
rough.
awesome.
Every model we were supposed to get, we didn't get. So you make all these things for people in certain sizes, and then those sizes aren't there. So
Aw.
then you're upstairs trying to get things together to make it, or then they throw you another model at the end, or this. We're pinning things and getting bloody fingers.
This is
like,
the real.
it was
real,
tough.
Yes.
Tripping, falling,
Oh no.
yes.
slightly possibly hitting someone by accident.
Yes, he literally, this is the
No
funniest
way.
story. The girls were back, like, we're getting the girls fitted, right? And he goes to fit the one girl, and he leans back, and his elbow hits the girl in the
No.
nose, and the blood starts coming out of the model's nose.
So
all over the
instantly,
place.
as I'm trying
Was
to.
she wearing one of your designs?
Yes.
Did that have to come?
He's like, don't get blood on that.
No, and I felt so bad because that's at that moment I knew I was like, okay, this is what I want to do. I like doing this because the first
So
thing
at
that came to my
that
mind was
moment,
like, please don't get blood on the outfit. I'm sorry that I hit you, but please don't get blood on that.
And it was like coming out. So
Oh
it's
my
just, we're like, oh my God, are you
Poor
okay?
thing.
But she was like so tiny and so frail. So like, his arm, like, it just came back and she just starts. But She
my
was
God.
definitely a trooper because she
She
came back
was.
and walked for us.
But
She
none
did.
I would have left. I
She
definitely
did,
would
she
have
did
left.
come back. So.
Yes,
She
she
did.
did.
Thank you
She
for
sure enough
that.
came back and
Oh.
walked, and she did
Aw.
extremely
That's
well.
wonderful.
And we've had her twice. We
Yeah.
actually had her ready to wear Fashion Week too.
And I know that when you did Atlantic City Fashion Week, you did have as well somebody that was in your show that was actually big in the industry as well. If I'm not mistaken, somebody that did the runway for you guys.
Who did we have in our first? Well, we had Eric Valor, which is an amazing model. What does he call himself? What do you want to call that? Like, he wore
Androgyny.
androgyny model,
Okay,
which
wonderful.
is amazing.
That's wonderful.
And he absolutely, I pray that I get him in Philadelphia again.
Aw.
But I'm looking forward to doing a shoot with him soon.
Now,
But
so you do as well not only women designs, but you do men designs.
we just
Right.
We just
debuted our
started,
men's
yeah.
line
So
in
we
New
just-
York
I mean, I keep
in
forgetting
September.
just a year.
Exactly.
I'm like, wait, years into this. So you just started doing. I seen like when we did the show, the Fashion Hub for Lucid. You had a lot of men wearing the coats.
We
which
do
I see
blazers. Like that is our
yes.
thing for men. We strictly do blazers, but the blazers can always be dressed in any way. Like you could wear a
Correct,
pair of Timbs with a blazer
Mm-hmm.
and a white tee, or you could dress completely up with dress slacks and a white button down or something like that. So I wanted to make sure that they were like able to wear in any type of situation, whether it was just like going to a club or it was just going to hang out for the night or something like that. But our men's line just debuted in September.
In September, wow.
Yes, at New York Fashion Week. That's
Yeah.
where we debuted it. We had our first 10
Wow.
things. And honestly, the men's thing was insane there. Like, everybody was coming up to us for those jackets.
The blazers are beautiful. I mean, they're made well, and as well, I love how you have like the different kind of material, like that felt material that you had on there,
Right.
That velvety, which was beautiful. Like you said, you can always wear it either through like couture styles or just everyday wear.
It's
I just think in general, just a blazer is something that is a classic, so never go out of style.
I
and
always
having
thought that was
is-
so attractive for a man to
Yeah.
have like a
Blazer.
blazer
So
on, you
true.
know? It's
Mhm.
definitely
I
like
definitely
nice
agree.
to see a guy, you know, with a little bit of, but it's so simple. Like you could just wear it to throw it on, or you could wear it to dress up.
That's awesome. Now, do you want to kind of continue with a men's line?
We're definitely
or-
continuing
yeah.
with our men's line.
I think we've established a point now where we do things in stages so that we not only learn it, but that we kind of excel in it. So for like the women's line, we wanted to make sure that we knew exactly what our vision was and then move forward with that. And for the men's line, for the blazers, it was a start and then progressively move forward with that as well.
I don't think that we
And it's a
expected
great
the men's
start.
line to take off the way that it did either.
It was not. It was not. It was something that we were just like, we want to add something to this, so we're gonna do
But
a
it
men's
did.
blazers
It
line.
added a lot of
And-
flavor.
It did
now
because
you
it
have
was
men
New York
and women.
Fashion Week, so we
Yeah.
wanted to do something different. But I honestly, like the way that it took off was insane because those were the most ordered items off of the website were the men's blazers.
Wow, that's amazing. Now, as well, do you think that creating men's clothes is a little bit harder per
No,
se?
the men
or
are
do you
much
think it's
easier than the women.
Yeah,
They are.
And now you have as well Deshaun to kind of help you throughout the process.
Exactly.
You have, like, a
But
little
men
room
are
for you.
so much easier to satisfy than women as far as when it comes to clothing because you have some men that are just like, okay. Or then you have ones that are picky. So that's why we go in the middle of that. He's very picky when it comes to clothes.
Well, I do hope that we see a lot of more creativity coming from the men's side of design because you have floored viewers with all of your women's that I can only see what will come when the men's line kind of does take
We're
take on more
excited,
role.
but we're getting ready to do the cover for High Voltage, and that has to be a complete spring issue.
Wow.
So we're looking forward to like doing the men pastel colors.
Ooh, so different
Easter.
types of colors.
Yeah,
Nice.
like definitely, I'm really looking forward
Well,
to
I'm
doing the
excited
spring
to
colors
see
for the
that.
men.
Ooh. And what will now? Do you have any shows coming up besides just in February? You said spring, so
Well, we're gonna do the cover for High Voltage in
Nice.
spring, and I'm also doing Holt Ohio Couture magazine in March. So, and it's that they just informed me it's going to be at a greenhouse.
Ooh, so that will be beautiful.
Yes,
Now,
so
a
that'll be
greenhouse
spring.
in
In
Ohio,
Cleveland,
or-
we're going back to Cleveland where they asked us to come the first time. So this is just for the shoot, but I would gladly do Ohio Fashion Week again.
Yeah.
We had a great time out there.
It was
And it was your
amazing,
first
actually.
It was
time
a
being
black
out there
tie
before,
event.
so-
It was
Black
so
tie,
nice.
That's always nice.
It was amazing. All the guys were in tuxes. It was very like upscale. It was really, really a nice fashion show out there.
Cool.
That's great. And I definitely do want to hear more. We do have to take a short break. But thank you so much for joining with us at today's CMA podcast. And we will be right back, guys. Stay tuned.